Hello, everyone, and it's so great to have you here. Welcome to Empower Fantastic Life. Find your power, live without limits. So, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt completely and utterly stuck on a problem? You know that feeling, right? Where you're just hitting your head against a wall. You've tried everything, but nothing seems to work. It's such a common frustration for all of us. But what if the problem isn't your solution-finding skills? What if you're solving the wrong problem altogether? It's a really subtle shift in how you think, but honestly, it can change everything. And that's exactly what we're going to dive into today. Okay, to really bring this to life, I want to tell you one of my favorite stories. It's a classic case study that just perfectly illustrates this whole idea. So, picture this. There's this older office building, it's busy, people are coming and going, and the tenants are complaining. They have one clear, simple complaint. The elevator is too slow. Seems pretty straightforward, doesn't it? A classic technical issue. So the building managers did what most of us would do. They jumped right into solution mode. Maybe they could upgrade the motor or install a whole new elevator or even tweak the algorithm to make it more efficient. And these are all good ideas, but they all have huge downsides. They're super expensive, the construction would be disruptive, and it would take forever. And this is where things get interesting. Because they were so focused on making the elevator faster, they completely forgot to ask a much more important question. What if the speed wasn't the real issue? And here it is, the big twist. The real problem wasn't the number of seconds people were waiting. The real problem was that the experience of waiting was just boring. People were getting frustrated because they had nothing to do, which made the wait feel way, way longer than it actually was. And this is where the genius comes in. Instead of a massive, expensive overhaul, they tried something incredibly simple and cheap. They just installed mirrors in the lobby by the elevators. And you know what happened? People got distracted checking themselves out or just people watching. And like magic, the complaints completely disappeared. The elevator wasn't any faster, but the problem was solved. See, that elevator story is just the perfect gateway into this powerful idea called problem reframing. It's all about making sure you're actually solving the right problem before you pour all your time and energy into a solution. So, what are we really talking about here? Well, problem reframing is simply the art of stepping back and challenging how a problem is defined in the first place. Instead of asking, how do we fix this? You start asking, is this even the right thing to be fixing? It's all about finding the problem behind the problem. And this gets to the absolute core of it. It's a mindset shift. Most of us take a lot of pride in being a problem solver. But the real power, the real leverage, comes from becoming a problem definer. Being the person who correctly identifies the challenge is often way more valuable than just executing a solution. Okay, so this sounds good, right? But how do you actually do it? Well, let's get practical. I'm going to give you a toolkit with 5 key strategies you can start using literally today. All right, let's break these down. First up, look outside the frame. Are you thinking too small? For instance, instead of asking, how do we sell more of this product, maybe you should be asking, is this product even what our customers need anymore? Second, rethink the goal. Is your goal to get through your emails, or is the real goal to move the most important projects forward? Big difference. Third, examine bright spots. Instead of focusing only on what's broken, find the one area where things are going great and ask, why is this working so well? And how can we do more of it? Fourth, look in the mirror. Okay, this one requires some real honesty. You got to ask yourself, how am I contributing to this problem? And finally, take their perspective. This is exactly what happened with the elevator. You have to get out of your own head and see the problem through the eyes of your customers, your team, whoever's involved. Now, it's really important to get this. This isn't just some clever little trick you pull out of a hat. This is a core skill for leadership. It's fundamental to building anything that's going to last. Because when this becomes how you operate, you finally get to stop playing that exhausting game of whack-a-mole, where you fix one little thing and 2 more pop up. Communication gets sharper because everyone's focused on the real issue. You start seeing opportunities nobody else does, and it's how you really grow as a leader. It really just comes down to this. True leaders don't pretend to have all the answers. They're the ones who have the courage and the wisdom to ask the right questions. So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a challenge. Think about something you're stuck on right now, in your work or in your life. What is your slow elevator? What's the problem you think you're solving? And what might the real problem be if you just looked at it differently? You've been listening to Empower Fantastic Life, Jaeger Empowerment Academy. See you next time. Bye-bye.